Alright, oh my gosh, we are rolling. Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to Train Simulator 2021. We're back on the higher priority part 2 scenario this time, and we're ready to continue to we're ready to continue to Bakersfield, receiving a more favorable signal indication. The BNSF consists gaining considerable distance, so you shouldn't experience any further delays once MWCST passes. Operation reminder, this train is a total of 324 something. Who knows what that said. Welcome everyone. And out there is the Union Pacific manifest, I believe. It looks like a manifest, yep, and that's going to be going ahead and passing us here. No lights on. Great start. Great start. You gotta turn your lights on, buddy. Lights. Okay, well apparently he doesn't care. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and make sure our lights are all the way on to the auxiliary bright. And let's go on the outside here. Make sure everything looks good. I don't know what, I don't think there might be a shortcut for the number light board, but I don't even know if that turns on. L's cab light. K, who knows what that does. Who knows what J does. One of these changes, who knows what these do. So apparently that one doesn't turn on the, that turns on the ditch lights. Apparently I can't turn on stop lights. Who knows what that shortcut is. And you can't really change much in the cab here, I don't believe. No, it doesn't look like I can change anything there. Nope. Nope, I can just stop the engine if I wanted to. Okay, so yeah. I think we're good to go. We're gonna make sure, so train brake is off, we've got some automatic brakes on, we're gonna keep that on, and we're gonna be at a 2.2% downhill grade. And first thing we're gonna do is go via SP335, Caliente Track 1, looks like on the map here, so zoom on out. Looks like there's a lot of winding here through the valley, and then it does straighten out, I think, over here. Yep, and Bakersfield is somewhere over there. We are over here. That Union Pacific manifest is almost up, and there is the BNSF consist that we were following very closely to during higher priority part 1. So yeah, so I think we're good. Lights are good. I think we're ready to roll. I don't know any of my controller shortcuts, and I think it's just non-existent on this sim, so just gonna remember Bell is B on the keyboard, which is all that's important. I thought there was another shortcut for it, but I'm not gonna play around with that too much. That's brake, that's gonna be throttle, reverser. I know wipers are that, yeah. I don't know what up on the D-pad is. That doesn't do anything. Down doesn't do anything, and then right changes the brakes. Alright, so, and looks like we're gonna get much more favorable signal here. I'm not too sure what this one tells us. It's 2 yellows on top, so I'm gonna presume it's telling us medium speed through turnouts, and it almost sounds like a medium approach, so expect this next signal afterwards to be a red. So we'll go through here at medium speed, and we'll slow down for the next signal, make sure that's favorable for us. So we're going to go ahead and release the automatic brakes, and we're just going to let gravity take our consist down. Nice, slowly here, probably just give it a little bit of automatic brake. Probably start giving it some dynamic brake, that way the dynamic brakes have at least kicked in. There we go, dynamic brakes are in. I know we're probably gonna have to use a lot of it. I did not even give Bell or 2 blasts of the horn, that was really my bad there. Horrible, horrible engineer here. We're just gonna keep our speed nice and slow through this turnout here. Don't want to go too crazy. It's a long consist. Actually, I think we're probably going faster than we should be going through it. Nice and steady. So, yeah. Oh, private crossing grade right here. We'll We'll still blow the horn for it. There we go. Horn pack looks like it hasn't broken since the last time we did the scenario, so that's always good to see. If I remember to, I'll go to the previous part and get the link for the horn audio mod pack, so you can download that, install it, and have a go with better sounds. So far, so good. Still got another, looks like 9.4 miles until we get to Caliente. Whatever, I'm horrible pronouncing things. I did someone have in the comments of part 1 mentioned it is Mojave and Tehachapi, so that is the proper way of saying it. English, my #1 language, but can't speak it to save my life. So I hope everyone's doing good. I've been busy. Obviously, I haven't posted a video on YouTube in a month, I think. The last video was that iRacing highlight video from my first Nitro iRacing League win. It was Season 2 at Dover. And since then, for me, I've always mentioned it in these past few videos, I've had a hard time finding motivation to make videos. I think I have time during a lot of my mornings before I have to go to work in the evening to crank videos out and content out, but it's just, there are mornings I just feel like sleeping in. And I guess that's okay. And I've been working a lot of hours at my job. I've been given a 4th day, which has helped me a lot, personally. I'd rather add on that 4th day, and make a little bit more money to save up for things, and a car in my own place, further down the road, or whatever happens. Saw the whistle signal, so blow it through here. Oh, we are coming into a tunnel. Okay. So I've been busy, like I said, just busy working, and and that's not a bad thing. But I do want to continue. I do want to find some way to continue on the YouTube side of things. I really don't know what to do when it comes to YouTube. For the most part, the popular thing on the channel is the train sim stuff. Very grateful for that, and so I'm obviously going to continue posting train sim stuff, but I also want to do more racing stuff like my channel used to be. For me, I don't know if I'm going to post much in the way of online league racing. When it comes to like NASCAR, Formula 1, or iRacing, a lot of that is easier content to stream, but at the moment I don't have the internet capable of streaming. So unless sometime, in the near future I am able to get better internet, then I'll definitely stream more, go to Twitch as being kind of like my main platform, really, to do the league stuff. But I've also had many issues trying to just do racing content in general. It's hard for me to do like a career mode series for a lot of these games, especially with the AI being very unbalanced at times at tracks, and you just put a lot of effort into it, and there's a lot of editing for those as well. So a lot of the train sim stuff that I do, it doesn't require that much editing, really. So, but we'll see. We'll see where the channel goes. Like I said, since I am working more hours, and I added on an extra day, it's probably going to be a little bit harder for me to upload videos, but I'm going to try my best. Like I said, there's still a lot of feedback coming through, especially from the Modernizing Donner Pass series. A lot of you guys like that, and so I think I'll for sure try to continue on with that. So that's everything that's been happening with me. I hope everyone out there is doing good. Looks like we still got a yellow over yellow. Who knows? Again, who knows what that's supposed to be in Union Pacific terminology. I hope you guys are doing well, staying healthy. I'm recording this a couple days after Labor Day, so I hope you guys had a nice Labor Day. Interesting signal. I had no time to read what what control point this is. I had a nice Labor Day. I went down to Cuyahoga Valley National Park, which is located just south of Cleveland, Ohio, and it follows the Cuyahoga River as well as along with the old Ohio and Erie Canal used to be. So they have a lot of cool like exploration centers. You can read up about the canal, and my two favorite things along there is the towpath trail, and you can hike or bike or walk, whatever you want to do. And there's also the Cuyahoga Valley Scenic Railroad that also runs through along the canal and river as well. So those are my top two things. From the valley, we always like taking trips there kind of around Memorial Day and Labor Day, because that's like the one time the entire family has that day off of working. So we get to enjoy the weather. The weather was gorgeous. I think it was like mid-70s with a really nice cool breeze. So stayed cool. My brother and I think biked probably 10 plus miles. We were trying to do the math on that and figure out the distance, and I think that's what we did. So I'm definitely better than what I was yesterday on a Tuesday from recovering from that, but it was definitely a lot of bike riding. I guess signal here up ahead, or crossing up ahead here. Trying to find that nice balance with the dynamic brake and the automatic brake here. Did I pass the crossing? No, there it is. There we go. Very windy. Look at this view, though. Very cool view. I mean, you can't really see far past that, but not bad. Pretty cool. And if you missed it in the last episode, we did go through the loop. That was like one of the last destinations we went via. So be sure to check out part 1 if you haven't seen that already. And get to see me climbing up a little bit of the grade before heading here through most of the pass. Man, very windy. It's very hard to spark up some sort of conversation when you're very focused on making sure you get through all this fine. Looks like another crossing up there. We're gonna get another signal. I mean, the last signal was an approach, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little bit more brake. I think the signal is gonna be around the corner, so you never know. We could still be in some sort of restricting indication. So we'll take a look around this curve, give it a little bit more automatic brake. Actually, give it a little bit more. Kind of going pretty fast here. Like I said, I have no idea what it's going to be. Look at that whistle. The whistle post dangling from the side. Alright, this should give us enough time if we did have to stop. Pretty much coming to a crawl. What will it be? Put your guesses down in the comments. My gosh, this is very blind. Any day now. Oh my goodness. Okay, that must be the tracks down there, maybe. Winds around a lot. Okay, the right track is red. Left is still the yellow over yellow. Okay, well, that's a good sign at least. Did we even reach the crossing yet? The crossing's probably right at the tunnel. Yep, right at the tunnel entrance. There you go. So we go through the tunnel here. It looks like we wrap around to the right. And a little access road going that way. Yeah, pretty cool. Pick up our speed a little bit, ease off on the dynamic brake. This is Cliff is the name of this location. This tunnel seems really low. I guess it's kind of made for intermodals. Back off. Reset the automatic brake, put that around 17%. Actually, yeah, because we're losing speed quite a bit. 8%, try that. A little bit of automatic brake just to kind of apply a little bit of friction, and then use dynamic brake for the rest. Let's try 11%. Yeah, we'll go 13. Nope, that's not going to stop us. 19. Pretty much back to where we were on the brake. We are also flattening out a little bit. I say that. Still at 1.9% grade. Okay, we kind of balance out the speed. We'll reduce automatic or dynamic brake a little bit here. Nice bend, nice scenery. I don't know why our rear headlight's on. That's not right. There we go, that's better. Just when I was spamming buttons earlier, I must have accidentally hit that. Man, look at that little canyon area. That's cool. I wonder, this road is very peculiar. I wonder if the rails maybe used to go there. Because, I mean, maybe it was surveyed. Oh, there's one of our DPUs. Maybe it was surveyed that, you know, they had to go into that little mountain just to make the grade make sense. Yeah, maybe not. I think it's just paved out for the access road. It's always cool, though, to go to Google Maps and just trying to find artifacts from the maps, really, of old rails. In Ohio, there's quite a bit of places. There's a lot of towpath trails that used to be railroads, and so it's always really cool to see those. We're gonna get another signal after this. I'm just being careful because they've been yellows. They've been approaches all the way down. But it's always cool to look at that and look at the towpath trail and realize that back in the day there used to be a railroad going through there. So a lot of it's pretty hard to imagine, but nonetheless really cool artifacts if you get to see them. What's this signal gonna be? Still yellow? Yep, still yellow. It just keeps teasing us, man. Just keeps teasing us every single time. Did we even hit the crossing? I'm like so... Okay, there's a crossing right there. So oblivious to where these crossings are. We're still not yet at Caliente. That's how far away this is. We are now passing... Bealville, I think. I'm gonna assume that's not what it's called. So at least off the automatic brakes, just regain some speed. We're going to drop the dynamic brake here. Completely forgot the horn. Actual crossing grade. We crossing gate there. Turn off the bell. That bell took forever to turn off. And we keep going down. So, all right, we are, what, 20 minutes in? I'll have to remember to put timestamps on it. I know I did it for that CSX video. I didn't do timestamps in the last one. Okay, we gotta talk train sim news stuff. Or train simulator news in general. I might have to pull up my phone. That's actually probably a bad idea. No texting while driving, even on the job in a sim. There was news that I was not expecting to hear out of Train Sim World. One of them was, oh my gosh, it's not speed, please. I want to keep a perfect score. Train Sim World news. On the American side of things, apparently, 2 routes that are currently in development or being worked or in the stages of development and being worked on is Horseshoe Curve and crap, I forgot the other one. Oh, is it Sherman Hill? It might be Sherman Hill. So Horseshoe Curve, Sherman Hill, which have been two like veterans to the train simulator community when it comes to routes. I mean, they've been around for a very long time with Train Simulator. I don't know if both of those routes were created prior to Dovetail Games taking over Microsoft Studios in the production of The Sims. I don't know. It might as well possibly be, but they are now going to come over to Train Sim World. Obviously, they're going to be made from the ground up because it's a completely different, game engine. So, they're going to have to rework on it. Possibly make new assets for it. If anything, I feel like they're reusing a lot of assets from Train Simulator. So, it might actually not be that big of a process, but they're probably also going to try to take some new techniques and things and incorporate it into the new sim. But yeah, that's going to be huge. Personally, I'm looking forward to Horseshoe Curve because really Horseshoe Curve and Train Simulator at the moment is more of a historic route. It's got all the historic components of buildings and scenery and layout from back in, like, I don't know, 60s, 70s, maybe, probably before that. So, like, right around, or, yeah, maybe before that, 40s, turn of steam to diesel. And there's nothing modern about the route whatsoever. Someone had at some point made a modern version of Horseshoe Curve, but I believe it used assets from that, like, Rhode Island route or whatever that was eventually taken down. And then G-Tracks did a freeware one up on their website, but that was kind of glitchy with things. So I didn't trust the assets still working for it, and I don't think I've ever gotten it to work. But I was considering doing a modernizing Horseshoe Curve series, just because that route is a lot smaller than Donner Passes. So it'd be a lot more manageable in terms of reworking, like, trackage and putting new buildings up on it. But it definitely seems like the direction that Horseshoe Curve is going for in Train Sim World 2 is towards a modern version of it. I believe they announced the NS ES44AC or DC, one of the two ES44 lines. Actually, there's so many of them now, I have no idea, but the ES44 lineup of locomotives of Norfolk Southern livery, those are going to be in there, as well as the Norfolk Southern GP 38-2, I believe. So it's obviously going to be modern in that regard to Horseshoe Curve, and big kudos to that. And on all honesty, I mean, I got the Clinchfield route for Train Sim World 2, have yet to get it on TS 2021, and I'm just not a fan of historic routes. I don't know what it is. I mean, I don't mind it in the sense of, like, in a modeling sense, but you have to model it good. Like, the scenery has to be good. It's a lot different to model something of that nature in the sim as opposed to the real world, you know, when you model like layouts in HO scale, N scale, whatever gauge you want to model it in. Sometimes it's easier to model those historic routes in a, you know, real physical standpoint in, you know, those gauges for model railroads, as opposed to the sim world where, I don't know, it's just like even for this route, it's just so empty because it's very hard for them to model things far away, and the terrain and assets don't load that far away. And you just, like I said, like you need to create that sense of life, you know, sense of movement in the scenery. So I feel like it's very hard to do that in a historical route, let alone it's very hard for them to do it in a modern route. So I don't know, but you know, like the Clinchfield route, in all honesty, I don't think is that horrible. I don't know. I don't really know why I feel that way, but I am, regardless, I am happy that the direction of this horseshoe curve looks to be a modern approach. And there's a lot of things that have changed since, you know, there's a lot of things that are currently existent in like Altoona, for instance, that were not modeled in the TS 2021 version of horseshoe curve. And so, you know, or like trackage that needs to be taken up, or new buildings here and there, and the roads, the way the roads work, and houses and buildings. So I really hope they get it right. I really hope they do a good job of it. The other route is Sherman Hill, and Sherman Hill I think will be a very easy route to recreate. I mean, in terms of assets, a lot of it is very, you know, much in the desert, you know, middle of the desert. There's really not much going on. Is that a red? Or do we have the red? No, I think the other check is the red, but we're gonna slow down regardless. Every time the signal's gonna tease me. Oh, look at that. Is that high green? Or it's probably green over. Yeah, high green! Finally! There we go. Well, that's all we needed. So we're still not yet at Caliente. Gosh, I'm gonna be here a while. So anyways, as I continue my rant and my discussion, yeah, so Sherman Hill I feel like will be an easy one for them to model. I mean, obviously it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. But even when I looked, or when I read the description of where they were modeling Sherman Hill, like, it better be from Cheyenne, Wyoming to whatever location it is modeled in TS 2021. I forget the name of the place, but it better be that same stretch again. You know, it shouldn't come off short, you know, of what it was. So that should be exciting. I mean, like I said, you're gonna have Cheyenne, Wyoming in there, and so I hope that means hopefully Union Pacific Big Boy 4014 will be modeled, you know, at some point later on down the road. It doesn't sound like it's going to be a part of it. But, you know, when Steam does become a thing in TS W2, there's a good excuse to make 4014 one of the first locomotives to be in the sim. So I'm looking forward to them. I think they're going to be good. Like I said, they're both, I feel like, are going to be based off of the modern day routes, and I think that's going to be really, really exciting in my opinion. With continued upgrades to the game engine, and, you know, PCs and whatnot, hopefully we're able to see, you know, good variety of assets, good floral assets. You know, I'm just really hoping all of that stands out. However, here's where my rant starts, people. Alright, so many of you, you know, if you play Train Sim World 2, know of the recent Union Pacific route that was added, which for the life of me, I can't think of the name of it for probably good reasons. The Union Pacific route came to Train Sim World 2 based off somewhere in Utah, I think, or whatever. And I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't too happy about the route. I've heard a lot of people complain about glitches and bugs here and there, and a lot of those bugs and glitches I think were very small, simple things that could have been fixed, so I'm not really too concerned about those. What I am concerned about is the visuals, the graphics. Do we seriously have... okay, well, yellow over red. I mean, we can still go through this signal, but it's probably going to tell us the next signal is prepare to stop at the next signal. Maybe. I don't know. I really need to get better at, at reading signals. I'm okay at CSX signals, but when it comes to like Union Pacific or NS, I don't get it one bit, or BNSF for that matter. But I wasn't too impressed with the route's visuals. Visually, I wasn't happy with like how they put the like the floral stuff, like when it comes to bushes and trees. Wasn't happy with those. I wasn't happy with the quality of the railroad roadbed and the ties and things like that. Like a lot of things that were very close to the tracks didn't have the detail I wanted out of it. And I do recall, just from seeing pictures of it and videos, like a lot of the roadside stuff, like the nearby roads, those didn't seem, I don't know. I'd have to get on the route again. Like I said, I've barely had time to drive on that route. But I just wasn't happy with it. And the people that made that was Skyhooks? Was it Sky? No, not Skyhooks. They're the same people that are making that lawn mowing sim, I believe. And for the life of me, I can't remember. Is that Caliente down there? Whoa. That is so cool. I have to get a screenshot maybe of... Oh yeah, because the Constance is going to take her turn there. So I'll have to remember to take a screenshot down there when we get over there. But, so, whoever made that route, you know, I don't mean to be throwing them under the bus too much, but whoever made that route is making one of the two new routes. And like I said, I just glanced over the article. I don't really recall a lot of the details, but whomever was making one of the two routes, one of them was going to be made by Dovetail Games, the other was going to be made by the people that made the Union Pacific route in TSW2. And it's still bugging me that I don't remember the name of that route, so I apologize for that. But it'll probably come to me eventually. So... I have faith in Dovetail Games because I think the quality that they're striving for is pretty good. I mean, looking at the pictures and videos from Northeast Corridor, Boston to Providence, looks really good, and it seems like a lot of people are pretty happy about it for the most part. I have yet to buy the route and purchase the route, which I'll probably do within this week or something, because I just want to go on a spree of playing train sim and recording train sim videos. But I have faith that their quality and their routes is going to be good. I mean, Sandpatch is such a great route. Northeast Corridor looks to be a really good route. Peninsula Corridor, could have been better, but you know, that was in a time where they were trying to make that route available for console players, so I'll let them slide on that, you know, and others. So there's a lot of hope with Dovetail Games, but with the other route, I just don't know. I'm gonna presume that the people that made that Union Pacific route are gonna make Sherman Hill, because that's what Sherman Hill is. It's owned and operated by Union Pacific. So I'm afraid they're gonna be doing that route, and I just hope they get it right. You know, I just hope, like, visually, graphics-wise, it's gonna be good. And hopefully they get their bugs and fixes out of the way. Like I said, I have to play more of that other Union Pacific route to even get a feel for things, but that's the only big concern I have. And it's a little upsetting, because I'm one of those people that really want to see the third-party content creators and companies strive on Train Sim World. Like, we need more of those people. And to have a route like that where basically all they did was just take Dovetail assets and throw them out there, like, I saw very little custom-made things for it. A lot of it was just reskins. Like the AC4400 was a reskin of the CSX AC4400. Same with the horn. Yeah, it was just a carbon copy, and I wasn't happy about that. It wasn't a realistic horn. It wasn't the right horn that Union Pacific usually uses. So disheartening, I think, is the word. I think that's how I describe it, and it's, like I said, it's just kind of a shame that the route just really didn't live up to the expectations I thought it was going to be. So I'm very wary, really, of this next route that's going to be made by them. And I apologize. Like I said, I forgot the name of the route. I forgot the developers that made it. And like I said, I don't mean to be throwing them under the bus, but I just kind of expected a little bit more. So obviously I'll put links to those articles down below. I'll probably do a separate video maybe discussing those things. We're going really slow because that's red, so. Also, this signal's pointed sideways. That is remarkable. Like, the heads are pointed sideways, but the base and everything is straight. That is really cool. Sorry, we're gonna be blocking this. Alright, there we go. So I'm just requesting, request a pest signal at danger approved. And I think we got... That's interesting. The bottom head actually went out. So we just had the red up there. So we're allowed to pass. We're allowed to go through. I don't know why we got that. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and take a screenshot while we're at it. I should have just stayed here, stopped here. Take a screenshot of the consist because you can see it on the other side, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna step out and do that right now. Alright, screenshot taken care of. Let's go ahead and move. Put it forward, ring the bell. Interesting, yeah, it completely knocks the head down there. Will it turn red? Okay, and it turns red as soon as we pass it. Interesting. Oh, I forgot you can open the window up. There you go. Put that open. And we're rolling fast here still, so be careful. But yeah, I'm excited for more American routes. I mean, I knew it's, you know, someday, you know, obviously they have to build up their collection, but with anyone creating routes, whether it's Dovetail Games, whether it's any third-party content creators, I just hope they don't rush it. Like, I really hope they take, you know, obviously, you know, when you announce something, there's kind of like a time limit. You don't want to be like me on the Modernizing Dawn of Pass series where it's taking you years to make the route. You know, for me, I'm just one single person, so I guess I kind of get a pass for that. But, you know, especially if you have a team of people, I hope that the team is working efficiently, and if each person is doing their job and putting the time and effort, you know, to do a really good job, you know, do well with, you know, making sure that bugs and glitches are, you know, taken care of, make sure that visually the route looks good, make sure that your assets are good, your sounds are optimal, then, you know, I don't think I'll have a problem with that. You know, I don't think others in the community will have a problem with that, but, you know, for the most part, it is kind of a shame to see, like I said, that Union Pacific route, you know, and it's such a silly route too, because, you know, there's only, like, on that route, there's only ever, like, 1 or 2 trains a week, maybe 3 trains a week that actually run on that route. And, yeah, it's just a very, very tough route to model, you know, when you don't have that much variety in different consists and trains going through there. So, but, yeah, we'll see. I mean, Sherman Hill, obviously, is a lot more active. You know, we should see a good variety of consist and things. Yeah, I guess I just hope it's done well, you know. But yeah, I have not bought. I'm not bought. God, I can't speak English correctly to save my life. I have not purchased the rush hour ticket, and quite frankly, I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just gonna purchase Northeast Corridor, even though I would be spending much more money on that than I would the entire ticket. I'm just not into European routes and routes from outside of North America. I don't know what it is. I think it's just because I have a hard understanding of the rails and the rail systems and how they work there. I don't know. I might change my mind. I mean, I might just get the ticket because you save a lot more money there for 3 routes, but it's going to be routes I don't play as well, so I don't know. We'll see. I mean, if I do spend all the money on just Boston to Providence, you know, like I said, Dovetail Games gets a little bit more money in their pocket. But we will see. I am looking forward to getting on that. I might buy it later today and purchase it. Here's another BNSF manifest. How do you do, sir? And it's nice orange war bonnet. Well, that's not war bonnet. I don't even know what. Or wedge logo, I guess. It would be war bonnet if it was a Santa Fe logo and livery. Again, I'm just a CSX fanboy. I don't really know anything outside of that. Oh man, we need more CSX routes. That's what we need. If I was ever on a team of people to make routes, there'd be a couple CSX routes that I'd recommend. One would be the one that I live by in Ohio, which is the Erie West subdivision. So that'd be a cool route to model. And I keep talking about Cuyahoga Valley, or I mentioned Cuyahoga Valley earlier. Got DPU. DPU! Cuyahoga Valley Scenic Railroad. That'd also be a really cool route to model. So if I was ever a part of a group of people discussing like what to model, okay, good, I'm clear with that. Probably that, because that's a very unique railroad in and of itself. I love how I can't hear these train cars. Something is very broken with the audio. There we go. I wonder if there's a rule about that, where if you're passing alongside of a moving consist or a stopped consist, that you have to ring the bell and blow your horn occasionally past it. I mean, I've seen it a lot on the railroad where engineers do that. Even on, you know, main lines where both trains are going by really fast, it seems like they always constantly blow the horn, just to notify people of the oncoming train on the other side that they may not be aware of. So I wonder if that is a rule thing or just like a courtesy thing. I don't really know, or like an agreement between the crews. I'm not too sure. So we passed Caliente. I didn't know this crossing was coming up. We have yet to go via a defect detector at milepost 328.6, and that's rated at about 4.6 miles. I expect us to hit that much faster. Considering we are at 30 miles per hour now in our speed limit. But we're still going to take it easy. So far we got clear at that last signal, which was good. Looks like it's double track for a while, which is going to be nice. And we are heading really deep into these canyons. Or in these valleys, I should say. Let's go ahead and give it a little more dynamic brake. Well, the dynamic brake doesn't really work, so we're going to do more automatic brake. A little more automatic brake. Let's see what's going to stop us. Moving 30 nicely there. I do feel like as the speed increases, it's a little bit easier to control the control the speed of the loco, so. And is that a 50? Oh my gosh, we're gonna be flying through here. Nice rock formations. 2.4% grade. Holy grade. My gosh. And now 1%. Okay. That dropped off like a rock. I was really enjoying all that speed. All the glorious speed. We should be good on this, right? Yep. All clear. Oh, we'll be highballing here. At 50. It's gonna be a smooth sail to Bakersfield. Can we really let off the dynamic brake? I mean, I still feel like we're going downhill. Oh, let me let off automatic brake. Let's keep dynamic brake in it. Okay, a little bit more automatic brake. I mean, we are plateauing a lot from this gradient map. The back end of the train's still at the grade, so we're still getting kind of shoved down from all the mass and gravity. As soon as this end of this consist hits the 50, we are going to be hauling the nail. I mean, talk about licking the stamp and sending it here. That's if we can get up to 50. I still disagree with a lot of the power inputs, like power and torque inputs that these locos do. That and the brake sort of values, I feel like that's very weak. Most of the strain's still at the grade. Just gonna hold in dynamic brake for a bit. Yeah, even like the dynamic brake, I feel like this is a lot. Dynamic brake. Little spritz of some automatic brake here and there. I'll give it a bit of automatic brake, back off the dynamic brake. Yeah, see, we're in this weird, like, middle ground where I give it a little bit of automatic brake, and even if I back off the dynamic brake, it just just increases the stopping rate pretty quick. And yeah, I can go all the way up to that much dynamic brake and just doesn't stop. Alright, well, we're gonna hit the 50 here in a few seconds. Wow, I'm blowing this horn way too early. Whoops, that's reverse. Alright, there we go. We've reached the 50. And I'm assuming we're going to be hauling still. 1.3% down. This signal is yellow, but I think it's because this is a turnout here. So it probably just wants us to go at a medium speed through here, but we'll expect the following signal to possibly be a red. And this is Illman. Illman, I would presume. Alright, we'll let off the automatic brake. Yeah, why not? Let's speed it up. Do we want to risk it for the biscuits? I think we will. Go ahead. Hear the glorious diesel electric sound. system wind up. Like speed, finally speed. I really don't mind these, you know, these nice twisting mountainous routes. I really don't, but oh, sometimes it's good to stretch your legs and just fly. Like I think the only route that really does a good job, or a route that shows it, is the Chicago to Aurora route. Although that's a very laggy route. There's too many props, and I don't know why it, or too many props, too many assets, and I don't know why it's so frame heavy for some reason. It might be partly because of the trees. I think the trees are very detailed. Oh yeah, are we gonna take a chance at this signal? It's yellow, so I think we're gonna be okay. But I think I'm gonna actually kick in the dynamic brake here, because I think we're still going downhill enough where dynamic brake would be nice. Let's see where we can hold it at. Let's see, man, this is straight. So there's defect detector. So this is the defect detector. Is that our signal? All the way on the dynamic brake, just nothing. We'll see. We might need to be prepared to stop at this one. Let's go ahead and bring in a cut of automatic brakes here. That does look red, doesn't it? It's red on top with yellow on the bottom. I might be going over to a siding, but I'm not gonna play it safe here. Okay, we're not getting that call, so I think we're good to pass it. Yeah, if it's red on both heads, you have to stop, I think. If it's yellow on the bottom, that means we're going off into a siding. Yeah, because I'm not getting the call to dispatch to go via. I think we're gonna be okay, but it probably just wants us to reduce our speed, medium speed through turnouts, and prepare to stop at the next signal, is what I'm gonna assume that says, and is telling us. And if we fail this, then what a waste of my time this has been. Yeah, I think we are going over, because we're not getting anything there, so. And we'll find out as soon as we cross this bridge. That looks like, yep, where we'd be going off to the right. Okay, good, yep, and looks like we're going on here, which is good, so, apart from speed, oh, I'm so glad I'm down to like 38. There's no speed indication there, and I just assume medium speed, which is usually around like 30-some miles an hour, so very good call by me. Pat myself on the back there. So we're probably in the siding waiting for a train to pass by. Blow our horn for the crossing grade. Beautiful. Looks like a bit of two-track. Like I said, we might be on the siding waiting for a train to go by. It looks like a yellow over red up ahead, but that's very far in the distance. So we need to go by a control point SP400CW Scenic northbound, 2.4 miles. We're getting there quicker, which is always good. Still looks like a yellow over and beyond. Dynamic brake's really not doing anything, in my opinion. I mean, I guess it's slowing the train down, but it's not doing much. Though it looks like we're going uphill here. Look at that. Are we going up this? We can't be. Guess we are. Going uphill for a bit. So I guess we need to carry some speed. That still looks like yellow. Or an approach, at least. Looks like it's an approach on both sides, though. Can't tell the bottom head. Bottom head's probably a permanent yellow. And look at that grade up. Is that really what we're going to be doing? Alright, and we're given a 50. You must be on 2-track for a while. Switch over from dynamic brake to going uphill here, so let's go ahead and use this momentum. Go back up. Oh, and there's the defector. UP detector, milepost 328.6, no defects. Total axles 324, temperature 65 degree. Detector out. Thank you, detector. Again, that'd be so cool if they can model that in the game. Like, come on, you gotta be able to program that. That's so cool. If railroads can do that, you could do that in a game. Please, someone make a automatic detector. I think Searchlight Simulations has done that, because they have some sort of detector thing on their site, and I know there's like some huge like instruction manual to make it work, so if that's a thing, that'd be so cool. Why are we... This is such a huge mound. This is very weird. I just looked back thinking we can look back through the cab. This is very weird. Yeah, this is all uphill through this. Interesting. Oh, we're gonna be giving a 60, and I'm assuming we're not gonna be stopping. What a mound! Oh my gosh. This is really weird. What a weird path for the train to take. So it's almost like this is a little, maybe it used to be like an old river valley. Yeah, because we're clearly hauling it up here. And we're gonna level, whoa, we level off like really quickly, look at that. I don't know how realistic that grade is. But that was, interesting. I'll have to go on Street View if you can in this area. That's a really weird place. Alright, what's our signal? Yellow over red. Oh, thank goodness, because I don't think we're stopping anytime soon. It's yellow over red. We might be switching over, or they just want us to go medium speed through the turnouts here. And expect or prepare to stop the next signal. We do have a crossing up ahead here. Okay, go by that. We're doing good. Beautiful, a lot of farmland, it looks like. We're gonna get a 60 here. This is gonna be, I think, a straight shot to Bakersfield, but a bit weary on these signal aspects. So, oh, and we're speeding. Oh, we almost kept perfect score. I didn't see that. Oh, there goes a perfect score, ladies and gents. We have lost it. Lost 37. Yep. So hoping to keep that perfect score. That was a really stupid mistake on me. I forgot we're going downhill again. Alrighty. So we got a crossing up ahead here. We're still paying attention to the signals. A lot to pay attention to. Ooh. That's usually why you have a conductor with you. See if I can use dynamic brake here. Oh, very little. What's the signal? Green over red, thank goodness. We're almost speeding again. There's so much happening. The dynamic brakes really aren't doing anything for me. So I guess we're gonna leave a little bit of automatic brake in, cut the dynamic back. We are going downhill a little bit more though, so the dynamic brakes are going to be okay here. Alright, there we go. Got a little bit of flyby, shall we? And we are still hauling the mail. I think we're still green. Yep, we're doing good. So that's straight shot all the way to Bakersfield, hopefully. Good on speed so far. Yeah, I mean, look at that. We got 5% cut automatic brake. I'm, you know, for granted, it's the entire train, but I'm barely having to use any dynamic brake, and I can't really get the speed up. Like, it's just a weird balancing act. I don't want to cut the dynamic brakes out completely, but we might have to kind of flatten it out a bit. Actually, as soon as I cut out the automatic brakes, what's it going to do? Yeah, see, and then we need so much in the way of dynamic brake to make it happen. Alright, we'll just balance automatic brake, I guess. Alright, we've reached a little bit of a yard. I don't know what this is. There's nothing on the map indicating it. Oh, it's not Edison player. This is Edison. Edison looks pretty heavily industrial, that's for sure. We're still going downhill, and you can tell just by how the buildings are in the area. Ooh, this would make for a really cool, like, there's got to be scenarios around here. I mean, you could be endless with the scenarios for switching cars out and whatnot in these buildings here. It's a bit sad it seems very empty at the moment. I feel like there should be some rail cars. Signal looks like we got a yellow, so prepared to stop next signal. It does look like in the distance, so. Who knows what that horn pattern was. Alright, so that's a red for that siding, and it might be right up ahead here, so go ahead and just coast for a bit. And looks like that defect detector is in range, half a mile. Aw, big sad. Is that a little industrial spur that got cut off the rails? Aw. Aw, big sad. Yep, big sad. I mean, if you're gonna show that, at least do a better job of making it look, making it look, abandoned. You know, at least use some sort of, like, abandoned rail spline. I can't tell if that's our signal or not. No, that's the crossing gate signal. Maybe that's a spur red, I think. Crossing. Passing the defect detector. Oops, didn't mean to switch the... Oh, yes. Oh, nice. There's no signal HUD. Or no pole. That's great. Actually, we might be clear up ahead there. And I just noticed our speed. Wow, I got very close to past 60. Yeah, we are flying. We're definitely a little bit more in more populated areas. Keep zooming in and out. I'm sorry if that's like really bad on the eyes. Gotta figure out how to see somehow. I might increase the field of view. I really like especially when you're in, you know, third person here. I really like that zoomed out view, but I think to be able to see, you need to be zoomed in a little bit more. There we go, passing on the crossing grade. I'm racing this bus here. Flying. Hello, little kids. We are hauling the mail. Cut that out. It's going to give it a little more brake. I don't know if we could give a dynamic brake. I don't know. I would like that. Oh. It seems to be no, it's not coping with dynamic brake. Oh my gosh, what is it doing? Not coping at all. Maybe? We'll be fine. Maybe? Okay, seems to be okay now. I really didn't like that initial input of dynamic brake though. We are just flying through this area. It looks like we plateau a little bit up here. So that might help speed-wise. Yep. Yeah, bring back dynamic brakes. Oh, we got a 15. Okay. Woo! Ooh, we have to go to 15 very quickly, and that's a red, I think. Uh-oh, we're screwed. Oh, actually, no, that looks like that's a yellow on the bottom, so we might be good. But we do have a 15 coming up, so, yep. We don't have to contact dispatcher. Yep, I don't care. Defector's the same. We're good. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad we had some dynamic brake on that, because we had to stop. Well, we don't stop. We do have to slow down. Yeah, it looks like we're going over to the left. No, oh, we're probably going up to the right up ahead here. So I got the L on the bottom, which is good. So it's probably this. That signal indication is probably for that track right there to the right. And we gotta stop at Bakersfield UP yard 002, which actually I think is right there, right in front of us there. So let's go ahead and back down to the 15 we need to be at. Not quite the 15, almost there. And we're gonna be at the 15 now. Beautiful. Just in time. 15. That is quite a entrance to the yard there. And we need to be at track number 2, which I'm assuming is going to stop us there. Let's go and check the map really quick. Track 2 is the middle one. Yep, it looks like it's right there. So we're actually shy of most of the yard stuff here. Actually, I think that's the BNSF yard here. Maybe. And this is Union Pacific's yard? Yeah, this is Union Pacific's yard. So yeah, we're right here. We're in the thick of it. We made it. Long journey. Just over an hour of recording. But we did it. We finally got our manifest here to Bakersfield. And we're in the call of it. We're going to go exterior here. Just coasting. Not using up any energy. Nice and smooth. Housing development right here. Man, considering like how quickly we had to get from 60 miles an hour to 15, that was pretty impressive. Took a lot of dynamic brake, but it was pretty good. Not bad. There's like absolutely zero traffic next to us. That's highly realistic. And that seems to always break on a lot of routes. Even the custom routes I've made, just the road splines and the AI cars are pretty weak. I think they got down and trained some world though. Moving on over one more line. Track 2, and we're doing just fine. That rhymed really well. That rhymed a bit too well. Alright, we're rolling up pretty much to the end of track 2 in the Bakersfield yard. Pretty quiet day in the yard. There's not really not that much action going on. But we are coming up here, ready to stop. I think to the left is where BNSF, the trackage rights for the Union Pacific BNSF end, and then the BNSF continues that way into their yard. And it looks like the head facility of Union Pacific is over here. And so I think that's where they do all the refueling and servicing in locomotives if need be. And we're going to go ahead and bring our Consist 2 to a stop. Bringing that automatic brake slowly. Go a little bit more forward, that way we're all the way out here to the end. And I think I could say that would be a good stopping point. We'll go ahead and hit that. We'll go ahead and hit the lights, I think. Make sure all those are off, off, off. Bell, or toot the horn one last time, and that's going to be it. That's going to be the journey. Okay, nice little view here of the locomotive before we sign off for the day. I'm going to take a screenshot while we're at it. Why not? Alright, great job. There'll be an extended layover in Bakersfield while some cars are added and removed from the consist. Take a well-deserved break, and indeed we will. Alright, well, we didn't score the perfect 1,000 points on it due to my error in speeding, as you can see here. Still gained a gold for that, and gained some XP as well, and unlocked the Tehachapi Pass higher priority badge. So that was it for today's scenario. Obviously, if you guys haven't seen part 1, be sure to watch part 1. And if you don't own the route already, take part in some of the career scenarios that are on here. I'm sure we'll get some more workshop scenarios as the months roll on as well. So yeah, that was it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed. Obviously, if you guys did enjoy and want to see more content, do be sure to hit subscribe, like the video, and comment down below. And I try to get to everyone's comments that show up. So thank you guys again for watching. Hope all is doing well, and we'll see you all in the next video.